Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to get into a variety of topics, but this first topic, we've got a big warning. Tesla is saying that no more incentives by the end of if the tax credit is ending on September 30th, Tesla has rolled out each and every one of their different incentives that are out there right now, and nothing else will be released and no more extra ones are coming. So we're going to talk about that plus a variety of topics. But before we do that, let's roll that intro really quick. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla deal hacking, as I like to call it. And if you want to join our free email newsletter, you could do that down below in the description. And let's just jump right into this. I don't want to waste any of your guys' time, but warning, Tesla has said that no more incentives are coming. And actually, some are disappearing soon. And so Tesla has released everything that they want to for this quarter. They've let out the gate from their perspective, but actually let me just roll you the clip here so you can hear it for yourself from the Tesla earnings call, because the full earnings call, if you want to listen to the full hour, you definitely can. There's a lot of like AI stuff, robotics, and all these other things. But the one thing for sure, before you take a listen to this, if you're going to be ordering a Tesla, don't forget to use a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, so you can get 3 months of full self-driving added to your Tesla vehicle. If you're already buying full self-driving, then using our referral code does give us credit. But let's take a listen to this and hit the like button if this is going to be pushing you to purchase a Tesla.
First among those changes is the repeal of the IRA EV credit of $7,500 by the end of this quarter. Given the abrupt change, we have limited supply of vehicles in the US this quarter, as we have already within lead times to order parts to build cars. We've rolled out all our planned incentives already and will start paring them back as we start to sell them. If you're in the US and looking to buy a car, place your order now, as we may not be able to guarantee delivery for orders placed in the later part of August and beyond. The first among those changes is the repeal of the IRA EV credit of $7,500 by the end of this quarter. Given the abrupt change, we have limited supply of vehicles in the US this quarter, as we have already within lead times to order parts to build cars. We've rolled out all our planned incentives already and will start paring them back as we start to sell them. If you're in the US and looking to buy a car, place your order now, as we may not be able to guarantee delivery for orders placed in the later part of August and beyond. The first among those changes is the repeal.
Now, of course, this could be a scare tactic. Of course, this could be, I don't know if this is marketing, and of course people know, I mean, the Tesla team must know that a lot of people listen to these earnings call. Every single statement, every single phrase is, blowing up for sure with all the different things out there. And so, I mean, a couple things do kind of scare me with this, because, maybe we're thinking that potentially more incentives could drop in the second month of the quarter and also the third month. I mean, this all lines up because the quarter does also end on September 30th. And of course, the $7,500 federal tax credit also ends on September 30th. And so it kind of does make sense for Tesla to release all of the incentives that they want to right out of the gate. And so, because they want to put their best step forward. Another thing that the CFO said that, they can't guarantee a delivery date. And so if you're looking to get into a Tesla and you don't want to be worried about the $7,500 federal tax credit ending, he's recommending you place an order ASAP. But the Tesla CFO confirmed all planned Q3 US incentives have already been rolled out. Quote, as inventory tightens, Tesla will begin to start to remove some of the offers. So of course, based on demand, if demand is going well for the Model 3 or the Model Y, maybe they could start to remove them. I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure. I'm kind of in the fence. I'm like 50-50 as of today on whether I believe it or not. I mean, I feel like, because if you're in like this, my advice is the same. If you need a vehicle, then that's a different story. If you are flexible with your colors and options, like if you don't care if like you're going to get a red one, a blue one, whatever color one, then you can also be flexible with your timing as well. But if you are particular, I would probably place your order in ASAP. If you really want the $7,500 federal tax credit, I would place it ASAP. If you are not near the factories, like not near Texas, not near California, then I would probably place your order sooner than later. And of course, if you're going to be doing that, don't forget to use a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description. So you can get 3 months of full self-driving added to your Tesla vehicle. If you're already getting full self-driving, then using our referral code does give us credit and supports the channel. So thank you for everybody that's doing that. But here are all these different incentives. I think tomorrow we'll talk about that because, there's a big news today, but it seems like this is going to be the best, at least for the next 60 to 70 days at this point. And so to recap it really quickly on what you need to know, Model Y, 1 free option credit. You've got 3.49% financing. We got the Model 3, 1 free upgrade as well on eligible inventory. We've got as low as 0% financing if you do full self-driving or a full self-driving transfer. And of course, $299 a month lease for the Model 3 and $349 a month lease for the Model Y. So it does kind of seem like at this point, this is going to be the best. So if you've been sitting on the sidelines, then, at least from Tesla's mouth, the incentives will not get better in the near future. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. In terms of the FSD deal for half off, if you're looking to be picking up a new Tesla, we actually have one available right now. So if you want to send me a DM, we can get you pointed in the right direction and everything. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. Do you believe Tesla with their stance here and that it's actually going to be getting worse? It all depends on demand too, as well, over the next 60 days as well, like inventory and everything starts to dry up. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you are thinking. Now that you've bought your Tesla or you're about to buy your Tesla, did you know that it comes with 0 accessories? Seriously, not even a phone mount. But don't worry, we've got you covered. In my opinion, there's a few must-haves that every Tesla owner should get, like a phone mount so your phone doesn't fly off during acceleration, a center console organizer because without it, you're going to lose a bunch of stuff, and my newest favorite, an invisible underscreen station mount from Jowa, a great place to store sunglasses. And all of these accessories plus more you can get from our partner Jowa. And these accessories are good because I actually use all of their stuff. And if you use our promo code down below in the description, you can save some money and support the channel as well. But Jowa doesn't stop at just the basics. They've got a wireless game controller that fits perfectly in the glove box, a portable air compressor for peace of mind on those long road trips, and even an electric scooter, because why walk from the superchargers or level 2 chargers? So not only will you save some money by using our promo code down below in the description, you can also get free shipping on orders over $120. So definitely check it out, link down below in the description. Thank you to Jowa for partnering with us on this channel, and let's get on to the next topic. Thanks to that, everyone. And in terms of incentives out there, here are like my recommendation and spots here. Of course, Model 3, 0% if you're buying the full self-driving, that is a great one. Or if you're transferring. Model Y, it's okay. 3.49, it's not the worst. If you do qualify for the tax deductible interest, then, that's like a little bit better, but it brings it down to like an adjusted like 2.5, 2.6, which is still respectable if you like take a look at like average interest rates across the market. And of course, don't forget about America's Hero discount. That's for students, teachers as well. Very easy to kind of set yourself up for that one. Of course, we've got premium connectivity trial for all the different vehicles. And the last one, of course, is Cybertruck, 0% financing with full self-driving purchase or transfer as well. And then, of course, the 20-inch Cyber wheel upgrade if you're looking to do it. So those are like the 3 models I would consider as a decent deal. Model S and Model X definitely is not a deal at the moment. And of course, I know a lot of you are looking for the maximum discount off of a brand new Tesla, but don't forget about your current vehicle that you're selling or trading in as well. And that's where our friends at Give Me the VIN come into play. If you're selling a vehicle, you might as well do it from the comfort of your home, of your own home. And we know that Tesla trade-in always gives one of the lowest numbers out there. So definitely check out GiveMeTheVIN.com. They'll buy your vehicle while you're sitting at home, and they want to get you maximum value as well. And right now, they're also doing a giveaway where they're doing a $25,000 cash giveaway if you sell your vehicle to them. So definitely check it out and let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. But let's jump in and see who's dropped by today. Rick, thanks for coming by. Anonymous, thanks for coming by. Jesse, Tesla54, Nag, thanks for dropping by. Keyshawn, thanks for dropping by as well. James, Keyshawn, Joshua, let's see, Alex, thanks for coming by. Thank you all for dropping by. Thanks for hitting the like button, the comments, and everything. But Rick, unless Tesla totally misreads customer sentiment, this is not a good news whatsoever. Reading between the lines, I think we're also looking at hardware 5 for unsupervised full self-driving. Well, they did also talk about that, and I think we'll talk about that as the next topic. Anonymous, thanks for coming in. Rick, 10x on vectors on hardware already near Mac computer, and no decision on hardware 3 until unsupervised full self-driving works. They're planning on waiting for hardware 5 to upgrade everyone. Mark it down. Hey, actually, I do like that prediction, so maybe that's what's going to be happening. Jesse, Tesla reported that they missed their revenue and earnings. They should have more incentives. Yeah, I mean, I certainly feel like they are sticking on that the 7,500 is disappearing, and so they are staying with that and seeing if that actually has demand here. And maybe that's what they're just saying on the earnings call, that, hey, like, we're not going to throw anything else at this because we've already done it. But you never know. You never know. Tesla 54, thanks for coming in. I'm used to buying I'm buying a used Model 3 Performance, 2025 Model 3 Performance with 14K, 40K. Actually, that sounds like a good price, 2020 for a 2025. I feel like 2024's for 40K was like the old price, but that seems like a good one for sure, especially if you're paying cash and not financing. I don't have charging, but a supercharger a mile away. Oh, okay, perfect then. As long as it's like a 250 kilowatt or a 325 kilowatt version one, I wouldn't mess with the 150 kilowatt anymore. James, I don't get this because delivers dropped 14% since the last quarter. Yeah, they certainly are sticking with this fear or FOMO, fear of missing out, of the 7,500 disappearing. Wait 2 years and get it for 30,000. I mean, ain't that the truth, Keyshawn, with depreciation and everything. Joshua, I just bought a Model 3 long range all-wheel drive. Nice. Congrats, Joshua. Enjoy it in good health. Now here is the second most exciting part, which is going to be accessories. So definitely check it out. Link down below in the description. Alex, do you think they'll actually do it? Like, not add on more incentives or even taking them away? I think I'm 50-50 at this point. We need to see, like, if they are, maybe they're playing chicken with us and seeing, like, if they're actually going to do this. Tesla 54, 37,000 with only 4K miles. That sounds like an even better deal. I'd probably go with that. Actually, no, I'd go with the 2025 because for $3,000 more, you get another year of warranty and probably better build quality at this point. Part 107, thanks for coming in. Yenlard, thanks for coming in. Tesla stock tanking. Yeah, I haven't even looked. I mean, it's scary to look, I guess. Mario, I'm sure they will have to do something for the Cybertruck. Yes, 100%, because Cybertruck still seems to be sitting, but also we haven't seen inventory numbers for a bit. But if you're just joining in, welcome. Tesla on the earnings call did mention that all of the incentives that they plan to release are already released for this quarter. And as it starts to roll through the quarter and as inventory tightens, as they say, Tesla may consider removing incentives. And so if you're looking to be purchasing a Tesla, take a look at the Tesla offers page. And of course, don't forget to use a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, so you can get 3 months of full self-driving added to your Tesla vehicle. And another cool thing is that Elon said that robots will be delivering your food at the Tesla diner very soon. So we should be able to see this. That's going to be cool. I mean, there's one robot there. We'll see if there will be more in the near future. In this next topic, here's the reason why Tesla won't release the affordable model in at least this quarter. They even talked about it on the earnings call, and they said that it is going to be a quarter four release. But here's the full clip if you want to take a listen.
Can you provide an update on the development and production timeline for Tesla's more affordable models? How will these models balance cost reduction and profitability, and what impact do you expect on demand in the current economic climate?
Well, I think Vaibhav did a good job of answering this question in his opening remarks. As we said, we started production in June, and we're ramping quality builds and things throughout the quarter. And given that we started in North America and that our goal is to maximize production with a higher rate cliff ending in Q3, we're going to keep pushing hard on our current models to avoid complexity. And fortunately, when that rolls away, we'll be ready with the new, more affordable models available for everyone in Q4. The goal of those products was not to negatively impact revenue or gross margin, but just to make a car that everyone loves and wants at a more affordable price.
And it makes sense, right? Because they don't want to confuse everybody, because if they released an affordable model right now, there would be a lot of fanfare and Tesla would have even a much harder time selling the Model 3s and the Model Ys that they have in inventory. So of course, Tesla wants to maximize the current production first, especially with the 7,500 ending. And I mean, that also adds complexity. Like they would have to figure out, can the vehicle even qualify for the 7,500? And the goal is to unveil a more affordable vehicle in Q4 of this year. And so we could easily see that. Which, I mean, if you've been following along, then this probably is not a surprise to you. But of course, I do imagine why people are confused, because Tesla in previous earnings call said that production would be starting in June, but we just don't know if it's actually going to be here for deliveries or not. Now we know, and Tesla has said it in Q4. And so now the question is, we move to that, is like, are you going to be waiting for a $25,000 or $30,000 Tesla vehicle that's more affordable? Here is what Gene Munster says, that the $25,000 Tesla is coming in 2026. Slimmer Model Y under $30K, built for scale, starts in Austin, Giga Mexico next. Powered robotaxi, 25% of deliveries by 2027. Targets these other competitors and trains autopilot faster. And so this would be an interesting. So the question is it going to look like this, or is it going to look like this? This would be an interesting one as well, like a hot hatch, so to speak. Tesla starts production of a more affordable by the first half of 2025, and they are on track to release it later this year. And so we will start to see as it starts to roll out, and let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking about it. And do you think, would you be waiting, because now it's what, like maybe even 3 to 6 months around the corner instead of a later year, at least potentially for a release, which, I mean, more affordable as they lose the 7,500 and as maybe the Model Y gets 7,500 more? Or do you just not risk it and get a Model 3 or Model Y now, because now it qualifies for the 7,500 federal tax credit? But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. No more new incentives, nag. Yeah, that's what it said here on the Tesla earnings call. Mario, I found a Foundation Cyber Beast, but not sure if it's worth spending the additional dollars just to get the free supercharging. Oh, interesting, Mario. Where did you find that? What zip code did it show up for you? Nag, 3% is silly to ignore. Yeah, 100%. Tesla 54. I think I'm going to buy the Model 3 Performance for $37K. I guess like it's not bad. Maybe try and see if they can throw in an extra warranty for you. Oh, it was a 2024. Got it. Karan, thanks for coming in. Do you think the value of used Teslas will go up after September due to the elimination of the 7,500 rebate? It depends. Like if it's under $25K, then I think it will go down because of the disappearing of the $4,000 used EV tax credit. If it's above, we might see a slight bump, but then it's just going to come down anyways due to depreciation. So really, it's just one of those things, like if you sell your vehicle now or sell your vehicle later, yes, you may be able to plus or minus a couple $1,000s, maybe $1,000 to $2,000 to $3,000. But think about also the money that you have in your hand now. Can you use that money to make more money, whether through its investment, savings, or whichever? So it's kind of like one of those things, like just sell it and get rid of it. I've always been of the camp of get rid of it ASAP, because sometimes like selling it takes time as well, depending on what buyer or give me the VIN or whichever. It at least takes a week. You can't just sell and get cash like same day. Who cares if the stock tanks? It matters 0%. It literally tanks every other week, Joshua. Yeah, 100% with Tesla. I mean, it goes up and down a lot. Riam, goodbye Model Y 0%. Hello Toyota RAV4. Nice. What's the interest rate on the Toyota RAV4? I'm curious. Joshua, yeah, affordable plus 7,500. Just buy a Model 3 now. Exactly. Like at this point, if you're waiting for the affordable, I bet the price of the affordable might be very close to what a Model 3 is now with the 7,500. So you might as well not risk it. Upstate New York. Okay, interesting. I did not know Foundation series were still in stock. I literally thought they were all sold out. And so cool to see that they're still around and they're still popping up here and there as well. In this next topic, Elon actually said that full self-driving unsupervised will be available for you and me personal use by the end of this year. This is pretty big. Now, of course, we do have to take this with a massive grain of salt because, you know, Elon time can be very, very wide and rare. But Elon said that full self-driving unsupervised will be available for personal use in some cities, some US cities by late 2025. I guess I know what one city that might be, and that could be like the Austin market for sure. And they also gave us some other data hit points with full self-driving, which goes to show how this robo-taxi fanfare excitement is starting to have a trickle effect to other purchasers, owners, and everything. I mean, I've certainly felt like an increase of more inquiries for full self-driving as well. Quote, Tesla has seen an increase of amount of people buying full self-driving in the recent months, according to the company's CFO. Tesla says it's seen a 25% increase in full self-driving take rate since version 12. And I gotta say, like, I used to be a hater of full self-driving, that's for sure. I remember when I bought it for the first time for like $6,000 in 2019 on our Model 3 Stealth, which was our first Tesla. It was trash, and it was basically like a glorified autopilot that was very, 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 very hesitant and slow. But now on the new Model Y, the full self-driving is fantastic. And so my advice is, if you drive like 1 hour a day plus full self-driving, you will feel the benefits, that's for sure. If you don't, then I can see where it might not be worth it, but it also depends on how much you're paying for it as well. Like, because full self-driving also has value with the vehicle when you go to sell it in X amount of years as well. And so certainly there is an interesting case for sure. And here's another point from here that was talking about. They said that 50% of Tesla owners have never tried full self-driving. And I want to say I believe that, because I don't really feel like a lot of Tesla owners out there even try some of the latest and greatest features or even know about it. It's kind of like the same how a lot of people don't necessarily utilize all the different features of an iPhone. Some people just use it for texting and phone calls or whichever. So I put a poll out there. I asked, have you tried full self-driving? And look at this, 76% said yes, they have tried, where like 8 and 5% said no, and what is that? Which is a funny post for sure. But that's why if you're looking to buy full self-driving, it really depends on how much you drive. And of course, there's a $100 subscription as well. But if you do $100 times 3 years, 4 years, you can see how that's already close to $3 to $4 grand. So it really depends on how much you're going to be using it. And if you drive 1 hour a day plus, it definitely will be worth it. In fact, if you're looking to be buying a brand new Tesla and you haven't taken delivery yet and you want to get full self-driving for half off, please send me a DM on Instagram. We can point you in the right direction to get you set up. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the live stream comments. So congrats on buying your Tesla, or you're about to just buy your Tesla. But now here's the second most exciting part. That's accessories. And there's a ton of accessories out there, probably even way too much. And I try and bucket it into the top 3 accessories that you can get. And that's going to be phone mounts, all-weather floor mounts, and center consoles. A good set of all-weather floor mounts is probably my #1 recommendation. And I've got a bunch of links and discount codes to all the accessories that I recommend down below in the description and on our best deal spreadsheet on page 2. Check out this one from Jawa that we use on all of our Teslas, linked down below, or their center console, which I also use on all of our Teslas as well. A must-have, because Tesla doesn't come with a center console. But my #1 accessory I recommend is going to be all-weather floor mats, and I bucket it from 3 different options: good, better, and best. The good ones are going to be the ones that you find on Amazon. Better is going to be the ones from like Tasmanian. But my favorite, all-time favorite that we have on our Model X and Model 3 Performance currently is going to be a set of all-weather floor mats by 3W Liners. If you use our promo code down below in the description, you'll find that the price of these floor mats are pretty in line with some of the other ones at a much higher quality material. So thank you to everybody that's used our links to support the channel, and let's get on to the next topic. Thanks to everyone. And 3W actually gave us an exclusive promo code, the highest offer yet, 35% off if you use Dennis35 down below in the description as well. And of course, it does support the channel. And you'll find that I've got these in our Model Y, very OEM-like and at a much lower price than OEM. So definitely check it out. Link down below in the description. And thank you to everybody that's used our links to support the channel for all the different accessory links that we have. Was going to wait to buy a Model 3 Performance is now the time. Gavin, if you can qualify for the 7,500 and build a Model 3 Performance that does, it could be a good time. But at the same time, take a look at used, because like Tesla 54 showed us one that was a deal for $37,000. That's only a 1 year old. Maybe that's really where it's worth it. Kitchon, Elon time. Yeah, 100%. IT Daddy, thank you for the super chat. And Tesla 54, thank you for the super chat as well. Evening, Dennis got a second email to mini revs. Yeah, I was actually just talking to them. They finally responded to me and I sent them your name. And so hopefully they can show it. They're going to screenshot me proof that they shipped it. So hopefully we can get to the bottom of that. But sorry, I apologize that you're going through that. Kevin and anybody else that's going through issues with mini rev, I want to hear about it and to see that we can, one thing is for sure, if you are, that's unfortunate. And I want to try and report directly to them so that we can figure out what's going on. Kevin, still waiting until August. We'll see what happens. Okay. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, the CFO did say that all the incentives are released and out right now, but I'm in that same boat, or half of me is. I'm 50-50. I kind of feel like this is just something that they said to try and push people to order. And so really, if I was in your shoes right now, and if I was looking to buy a Model 3 or the Model Y, I think I wouldn't really be in a rush either. It's when I start to see that vehicles are disappearing off of the website, like maybe some options that I wanted, I can't find anymore, then I might get a little afraid and I would just go ahead and like throw in an order just to lock it in, because it's one of those things like when you throw the $250 deposit, and of course by using a Tesla referral code down below in the description, it kind of just sits in limbo. And so you're really not like buying it 100%. You're just risking the $250 deposit. It's until Tesla messages you and says, hey, we have a vehicle. Here's the VIN. It's ready for you. Can you pick up next week? Then it's actually going down. And so it's almost like you might as well could just throw it in. Like, as long as you for sure want to buy a Tesla, you could throw it in and just keep putting off to see if like better incentives around the corner roll around or something like that. Lavendi, if no more incentives, then no more purchases. Lots of other EVs are offering discounts. Yeah, 100% Lavendi. Jesse, maybe I missed it. What's your input on the CADMV lawsuit against Tesla? I'm not really a fan of it, but we did talk about it just to give you guys some awareness on that. Full self-driving is great as long as you don't mind your EV new puppy of driving. IT Daddy, 100%. You do have to train it for sure. Tesla 54, you think a 2024 Model 3 Performance with 4K miles, good deal for $37 out of state, but only 178 miles away. Oh, so not too far. Oh, that's not bad at all. You could take like a quick flight or even drive a few hours to pick it up. I think that's a pretty good price at the end of the day. Kit John, $100 a month, so it's better for monthly. Yeah, it depends on if you're driving consistently like we do sometimes, then it might be worth it to buy it, because at least you own it and you'll have a resale value when you go to sell it in whichever years, or maybe even just transfer it to the next one, because who knows? The biggest thing here with full self-driving is, we talk about unsupervised coming out in, maybe later this year. But if you think about it, once there's more hype, once there's more people buying it, as they said, 25% increase in full self-driving purchases, Tesla may start to think, hey, should we raise the price of this? And if you get it now and have it on your vehicle for forever, then it might be worth it, because then at least you have it on a vehicle, and fingers crossed they allow transfers again, so you can go on and on and on. Jacob Lee, anything on Model Y Performance? Nothing yet, but the last rumor I heard was September. And so it's got me thinking that the Model Y Performance and the Model Y L is going to be September and onwards, because, we talked about the affordable vehicle. Tesla said they're not going to release it this quarter. I kind of feel like it's going to be the same thing with the Model Y L and also the Model Y Performance. And of course, if you are buying a Tesla vehicle with full self-driving and you might consider like robotaxi in the near future, don't forget about Unplugged Performance's UP Road Warrior wheels that just got released. They've got like curb rash protectant, and they're super efficient as well in terms of the design. And if you use our Unplugged Performance link down below in the description after you sign up, you get an initial promo as well. So definitely check it out. Link down below in the description. In this next topic, so you might have seen gas savings on Tesla.com or even on the Model Y or Model 3 builder page, but I just want to make a quick PSA out there that you need to be careful about gas savings, and here is why. So when you take a look at like the Model Y builder right now, it says include estimated gas savings of $100 a month. And, in the past I've said be careful of this because you do have to install a charger. That could be $500 to $1,000, or maybe you already have the plug. There still is a cost for like the mobile connector or things like that. But here's one thing that you also have to factor. Holmar's catalog posted this. Here's the average price of electricity over time, US city average. This has slowed down the EV adoption in recent years. Gas has been getting cheaper as electric rates have been rising. So you can see from, I don't know, when is this, 2020 to now, we have seen what, from 13 cents almost to all the way 20 cents. So I don't know what the math on that, but I would imagine that is a massive gain. So there's one thing you need to be aware about here. Even though it could be cheaper now, maybe it takes time for these public utilities or whichever to raise their utility rates for electricity. And so your gas savings may be nice now, but it could be worse in the near future. And the one way to kind of offset that is going to be solar. And of course, if you are living in a place where it has a bunch of solar like sun, so for you to actually do that. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the live stream comments. Tesla54, thank you for the super chat. Hit the like button, everyone. Thank you. Dennis, you're a cool guy. Thanks. No, thank you. You're a cool guy, Tesla54. Nag, in earnings call, did they mention anything about the CA DMV? No, they didn't. That's too micro for them, I think. 37,000 is like Model Y rear-wheel drive. So, I mean, it is better to test drive both and decide. Kishan, yeah, 100%. Test drive both, and that's a good point. Like Model 3 Performance versus like a new Model Y, it's in the same range, but it depends on like what you want as a person. Like, do you want to be a speed demon or whatever? They said no more incentives. Panda, yes, on the earnings call, they did discuss, and the Tesla CFO said, we've released all of the different incentives that are out there for now. So if you're looking to place your order, don't forget to use a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, so you can support the channel and get 3 months of full self-driving added to your Tesla vehicle. Riem, how long can you push delivery before they just take your deposit? So what happens here is if a VIN pops up on your account and they say, hey, start to schedule your delivery for the next week or the next few days or whichever, if you keep ignoring them, or if you start to give them, you can start to give them like, hey, I'm out of town, I can't. At a certain point, like they give you an ultimatum, which could be 1 week, 2 weeks, whichever it may be, and they won't take your money yet, but they will put your order on hold and they will release the VIN that they assigned to you to someone else. And then they'll ask you, hey, let us know when you're ready to take your order off of hold. And so that's kind of what happens. I've had orders for a long time and they don't really will ever cancel it until like you basically tell them to cancel it. And I've even had people where it got canceled or they canceled it, and then 3 months later, like, oh, actually, I want to buy a Model Y now. They'll just call in and say, hey, can you reactivate my canceled order? So that, of course, they don't have to put another $250 deposit down. So it can really go in a bunch of different ways. In this next topic, there is a brand new LED ambient light kit for the Model 3 and the Model Y. If you're looking to add some utility in the front, this might be a pretty cool kit. Here is what it looks like. It seems like it's a light strip. I have no idea where it's actually plugging into the power here, but it is very cool to see this, and I feel like you could replicate this. I just have no idea where they access the power here, but here it is with it off, and here is the full kit. You know what? It probably plugs into the LED or the light that's already in that area, and then you just add like a light strip all around it, which is pretty cool. Here's the cost though, $100. Quote, the LED lighting strip is easy to connect and connects directly to your vehicle's power supply. No batteries needed. I kind of like that. The ambient light is equipped with constant current control module and IP67 dustproof and waterproof level. Yeah, because if you think about it, what happens when you use your frunk in the Model Y for the cooler function where you can put water and ice in there? That might, it's good that it's waterproof so that you won't damage it at all. But let us know what your thoughts are. Let us know what you think. I think this is a pretty cool accessory, and maybe I'll take a look at it and we'll test one out to see what it actually looks like. But the cool thing with this is that when Tesla releases things like that, the aftermarket community and the aftermarket companies are right behind, and they'll probably release one soon as well. Joshua, the Model 3 Performance has bigger tires, more money to replace, all-wheel drive long range with acceleration boost to 0 to 60 in 3.7, but also gets better range and is better potholes. Yeah, and probably a little bit more comfortable as well, but doesn't have adaptive suspension, doesn't have the nice, cool sports seats, so it's tomato, I guess. Tesla54, I'm going to call them tomorrow. Yeah, 100%. Matt, I still have my X Takeover ticket. Let me gift it to a lucky Dennis CW YouTube subscriber. Yeah, I have to figure out, I don't even know if a lot of you out there in the chat are going to X Takeover. If anybody is, maybe put a 1 in the chat and we'll start to record some usernames, because we do have Matt wants to gift a X Takeover ticket to one of you. out there. America needs more energy. Yeah, 100%. Dennis, it's a branded title. That's why it's cheap. Ooh, Tesla 50, I would stay far, far, far away from a branded title Tesla vehicle, especially if it's a branded Tesla Model 3, because that could be rebuilt. And I've seen one of those in person. You better be getting that for like a massive discount, which it kind of sounds like it is, but I don't know. I think I would still stay away from that. In this next topic, the new Model YL has finally been spotted in the daytime. This is probably one of the first times I've seen it. We've seen a lot of night footages. We saw one, of course, of the advertising photos and everything, but here it is, most likely in China being seen. And I don't know, it's tough to say if this is actually more bigger, or maybe with the camouflage that they put on it, it's like trying to hide how big it actually is. But it's kind of funny that they're still doing this because they already released the new Model YL. Why even start to cover this? Or maybe because they're covering it, it gets more attention like this, so more people can film it and everything. But here's the stats in case you missed it. 6-seater configuration, 7 inches longer than the standard Model Y, 1.7 inches taller, 6 inches longer wheelbase, and 3 longer wheelbase than the Model X. The big question is, will this be coming to the US? And I have no idea. I want to say yes, it is. I mean, the second question to that is, what about the Model Y Performance? I think both of those vehicles, now that we've heard from Tesla and that the affordable model is being pushed to Q4 so that they do not cloud or complicate any of the current sales of the Model 3 or the Model Y, I bet Model YL and Model Y Performance is also going to be pushed to Q4 because they need to sell what they can produce, and what they can produce and sell is Model 3s and Model Ys in current configurations. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the live stream comments. David, man, should I wait till next month and see if they actually provide extra incentives? How reliable have Tesla reps been with past announcements? You know what's funny, David, is I've been listening to earnings calls probably past couple of years, and I've never really heard them talk like this, but also we're in a different time with the 7,500 ending. And so I mean, I'm 50-50 in this, in whether I feel like they are actually going to hold to this and not release more incentives. But at the same time, Tesla's been doing this thing where, they will come out of the gate earlier and earlier and earlier. It used to be where they wouldn't release any incentives until the last month of the quarter. Then about a year ago, it started to happen where it was the second month of the quarter. Now they release incentives in the last 2 weeks of the first month, and they're sticking to it. And so, I mean, you could take a risk, but at the same time, if you are not near areas, my advice is, if you're near the factory, you can take a risk. If you are flexible with what you're getting, like colors, options, or whichever tow hitch, then you can take a risk. If you are particular, I would not take a risk. Like if you really, 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 really want like a black exterior Model Y with white interior, like that's my, dream build that I've never gotten, because I always want the best discount and I'm always taking the risk until the end of whichever. And so, but if I wanted to pay more, then of course, then I would place the order and everything. Any new news on the Model 2? Yes, earlier in the stream, go take a look at it. The brakes are a little orange color. Is that okay? Ooh, interesting. That's weird for the Model 3 Performance. Antonio, how are things? Hoping my landlord will let me install a charger at my apartment. If it's California, they must by law allow you to install it. Jesse, my Cybertruck's still waiting on the 2025.26. Any idea when the Cybertruck will revert the update? I'm still waiting on mine as well, so I have no idea at this point. Orin, just check that LED kit from Tesla. Says it doesn't fit the Juniper, only older Model Y. Orin, good tip there, because it kind of does say Model Y, but I didn't even think about that. It doesn't fit the new one, but I guess that makes sense because they don't want it to, mess with the water or anything like that. In this next topic, T-Mobile Starlink Direct to Cell is here. Just a quick PSA, because we're also a fan of Starlink. We've got our Starlink Mini. We've been using it, but now T-Mobile has it with their satellite coverage as well. And actually, I was in a dead zone earlier today, and we were able to use the Direct to Cell because we're on the beta that is currently out there. But let us know what your thoughts are. Let us know what you're thinking. If you've got T-Mobile, this is like a nice to have option, but really this is only like if you go to like Joshua Tree, parks, deserts, or whichever. We really enjoy our our Starlink Mini, and they actually are rolling with, there was an incentive, but I think that ended, where you could get one for $299 a month. But one thing's for sure, there is a Starlink referral link down below in the description if you want to get a free month, I think, of Starlink with purchase of a Tesla. I mean, it's not a SpaceX Starlink dish. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. Let us know if you have T-Mobile and you're experiencing it. Based on what the CFO said, I'm thinking the Model Y L isn't coming until next year. I mean, yeah, I would agree, because they kind of pushed off a lot of different things, and our camera is falling and down. But thanks for jumping in, everybody. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for hitting the like button and the comments and everything. And I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.